All right, what's up, everybody? I think we're live now. Let me know if volume's okay in the chat, if you don't mind. All right, AMD RDNA3. Gonna be a good time, I hope. We'll see. So I got a poll going. Let me know what you guys think as far as your most important feature for RDNA3. I'm hoping that the features are better, specifically that the encoder is better, that it competes somewhat with NVENC. I know that's a hard ask, but you know, we'll see how it goes, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, because I think if AMD can get something, don't get me wrong, they have an encoder now, but if they can get something that is close to what NVENC is, because you can stream on AMD hardware, it takes a little bit more tweaking, I found in my experience, but if they can get something that's close to NVENC where you just say, NVENC and it just takes care of the rest, they're going to be a bit for NVIDIA to handle, especially since, NVIDIA is, what, 20-30% higher class for class on the cards. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So. All right, so we're checking in. Jonathan Talks Hardware. Hey, thanks for being here. How's the audio? How's everything sound right now? Let me know if I'm too loud or not loud enough. And you're going to see me looking over here. I've got a touch portal set up, which Coalition Gaming, if you're around, thank you for your tutorial on setting up touch portal. So far it's working okay. I've just got the free version, so if this goes all right, I'll probably end up getting the pay for version and using that because quite frankly, I could use some more buttons here, but it is what it is. I'll take it, right? All right, guys, 14 minutes, 43 seconds. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Switch scenes over here. There we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to RX 7000 series cards too, Jonathan. I wish they wouldn't have called them that, to be honest with you. Because now I'm sitting here, I'm like, you need the 70, go get a 7900, and we're not really going to know if it's the processor or the graphics card. And so I wish they would have actually named it something a bit different, but it is what it is. I'll just have to say 7900 XT or XTX. So those are the two cards we're expecting today, by the way, if you guys haven't, heard anything about the launch. So you got a 7900 XT and a 7900 XTX. And from what I'm seeing, that should leave room later for a 7950 or a 7950 XT or 7950 XTX, something like that. But supposedly, because these cards are set up the way they are, if the rumors are true here, then there's going to be some headroom on these Navi 31 chips to actually go to a higher end graphics card. So what we see today is not even going to be what's top of the line, according to the rumors. Who knows, right? So yeah, the XTX, supposedly they've done this before, Jonathan. But yeah, I don't like it. It's better than monitor names, but it's not much better, to be honest with you. So yeah, here we go. 12, almost 13 minutes here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. It's going to be interesting to see when they actually get launched, because I'm curious to see if they're going to try to get in before Black Friday, or if they're just going to go early December and maybe look for like the holiday rush for people refreshing and getting, stuff. Black Friday typically isn't good for PC components anyway. If you want to pick up like a monitor or something like that, then you can find some deals on that. But typically speaking, like graphics cards and RAM, stuff like that, you don't really get too much in that regard. So take a look here. Yeah, the two. Now they're doing what Samsung did, like S22, 22 plus, 22. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the companies are doing this now. Like even the iPhones, right? You got the 14, you got the 14 plus, the 14 plus Max, and all that crap. And to be honest with you, that's fine. If the 79 XTX is what they say it is, the 20 gigs of RAM and the processing power that it has. It's not really a gaming card. I mean, you can game on it, obviously, but it's really more of a content creation card. Uh, but we'll, we'll see what happens there. But uh, imagine a system with the 7900 XTX plus a 7950X in it and how much compute power that thing would have. Oh, that'd be pretty sweet, actually. All right, so far price is most important for everyone here, and that's fair. I think we all know they're going to be powerful cards. Whether or not they are priced well is a different story, right? So we will see. I wonder. Yeah, I meant to look that up and I didn't yet. So let me take a quick look at something here. All right, so the 6900 XT was $999 MSRP, and of course you couldn't get it to MSRP until recently, but that's what it was. So if the 7900 XT is actually $999, which is what the rumors are, then that's going to be the same price. So I guess the 6950 XT would be the closest, and that was $1299. So that would so if XTX 7900 XTX is still there, maybe that works out pricing wise. So we'll see. But oh, Coalition Gaming stopped by. Well, that's cool. I really like Chris and his channel. He's a ton of information around streaming. He's been doing it for so long, and he knows all the not only the good stuff to have in there, but also he knows all of the free and cheap ways to start streaming until you start building it up and investing more in it. So, but we'll see if he stops by. Great. If not, I mean, he's probably working. To be honest with you, I think he's on the West Coast, so that's make it like 12:50, so somewhere around lunchtime, the end of lunch for most people. So, all right, let me know how this trailer sounds, and let me know if the volume's okay on it here. So, oh well, I guess I can't play the trailer now. So, oh well, is what it is. Yeah, Jonathan, you are all over this announcement. You're getting alerts from everybody. Oh, thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Yep. All right. So we got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes to go. So that's if they start on time. Obviously, we'll see. I would put some music on in the background, except for um, I'm too lazy and I didn't. So I'm sorry. But maybe next time. Yeah. I'll have to get some stream elements set up and the Harris Heller stream beats or something like that. So I'll work on that for the next one. Put that in the background. I don't want to just start playing music because then I get a DMCA. That's not good. I don't need that in my life. All right, so I think I'm gonna end this poll and then start a new one here. So we got 2 votes and pricing was it. So let's do another poll here. All right. All right, guys, new polls out. So do you think these are going to come out before or after Black Friday? Yeah, it's all good, Jonathan. Some people are here for the announcement and they don't want to chat, then, that's fine. They don't have to. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone being here, whether you're chatting or not. Thanks. You could be elsewhere doing more productive things with your life, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. And I need a drink. Good on this side. Come back. Sorry, I lost a window. It's one of the things that I feel like my monitors are a good situation, and then every time I do a stream, I feel like I need like 6 more monitors for some reason. So yeah, the AMD chat is going nuts, but it's also AMD, and they've got far more subscribers than I have. So yeah, it's a volume for sure. So there are people trying to start the exclamation point raffle, like AMD is going to be doing a giveaway in their live stream. Yeah, that's not happening. So yeah, it's funny because I like Nvidia's chat when their announcement for the RTX 4000 series came out. It was going, but most of it was just like, "Oh, how much is this going to cost us?" Like there seems to be genuine hype for AMD right now, and I don't know if it's because of the issues with the adapters on the 4090 or if it's just people are tired of paying the Nvidia tax or what it is, but it seems like people are actually ready to see the new AMD cards versus I don't know, 40 series the launch to me just felt flat. And maybe it's because of, the announcement when, Jensen came out and then they started talking about like they talked about the graphics cards for like 10 minutes and then they went straight into AI and automation, all these other things they're doing. And it's like they really didn't care for the gaming portion of it. It really just looks like they wanted to do the AI and all the cool stuff, which it is really cool, but it's also like gaming is probably your core of people. Like, yeah, animation shops and stuff like that, they're going to pay big bucks for these cards, but like your core, where I feel they sell probably most of their stuff is in the gaming community. And it's almost like they're kind of turning their backs to them a bit. But it would be really cool though if we see like a 7700 or 70 600 or something like that, and it's an EVGA partner card. But I doubt that happens. They would have had to have been planning it already. But that would actually be really cool if they were just EVGA just decided, yeah, I'm not an Nvidia partner anymore, and oh, on top of that, we're going to AMD. Like I would love to see it, but yeah, Jonathan, it's one of those things like you're announcing the cards. Like, I just feel they should have talked about the cards more. Like, not even necessarily the AI piece of it that was bad. It's just they focus so much on AI automation and just stuff not around gaming, that it just turned a lot of people off, I guess. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in chat. Is, not seeing a gaming focused launch date, do you feel that hurts a company, or do you feel as long as you get some of the information, it's fine? All right, 3 minutes, guys, or 2 minutes and some change. Let's go. Come on. Going full scream, guys. Full scream. Yeah, Google does a lot of AI. Pretty much everyone's doing AI now. Like it's the cool thing to do. Sorry about the chair popping and everything if that's coming across, but uh AI is cool, and it empowers a lot of things. It's just one of those, did I need a 35-minute dissertation during a graphics card presentation? I didn't need it. I'm sure somebody did. I'm waiting for them to create deep fakes for everybody, and then nobody has to work anymore. They just license out their likeness and call it a day. Didn't Bruce Willis just do that? Somebody? Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, we are a minute and change away. They are live. Let's see when they kick this thing off. When it kicks off, you guys let me know how the audio is, if I need to turn it up, turn it down, etc. for you. Everything right now was showing in the green earlier when I was testing it, but we shall see. Yeah, Meta is the funny thing about Meta and their AI journey and everything they're trying to create with this metaverse is they're losing like billions of dollars a quarter and have no anticipated date on when they're actually going to be profitable. So maybe by the time they are profitable, the company will be bankrupt or no one to be no one to be into the metaverse. They're trying to create it, but it's I don't know what they're going to do. Plus, they're declining users every quarter too. Like they're losing hundreds of thousands of users a quarter or something like that because nobody's using Facebook anymore. I hate the name Meta, to be honest with you. Like, I don't really care about Facebook. If you're putting stuff on there, and you expect it to be private, that's kind of your own fault, in my opinion, at this point. Yeah, companies should protect us, but they don't. So, all right, let's see how the poll's doing. We've got 4 votes so far, and we're split 50-50. So hopefully we get that information in this announcement. That would be pretty cool. All right, AMD, let's go. Yo, what's up, Chris? 3 streams pulled up, me, Bitwit, and UFT. So, all right, hold on a second. First off, since I've followed your touch portal tutorial, let's do this. First off, why? I mean, I appreciate it, but why? And secondly, I would say thank you for the sub. I now know I've made it as a YouTuber because you subbed to my channel, so I appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, guys, let me know how it is for the volume. I know 3 streams at once, Jonathan. He is a glutton for punishment. PC Tech Hustle, what's up? All right, let me know if volume's okay, guys.
Welcome, and thank you all for joining us today. It's so exciting to be here back in Las Vegas in person. So thank you all for joining us and being part of our audience. And also welcome to all of you who are joining us online from around the world. So are you excited for today?
We're excited. Woo!
We have some amazing new products to show you. So let's go ahead and get started. And you guys all know us well. At AMD, we're all about high performance and adaptive computing, and really using technology to create solutions to the world's most important challenges. Now, whether you're talking about cloud services or 5G networks or AI or automotive or PCs, AMD technology is truly everywhere, touching the lives of billions of people every single day. Now, we're
Don't touch me like that.
Incredibly busy time for AMD. It's an incredible period of innovation. We're in the midst of introducing actually 4 new architectures to the market across more than a dozen products. So if you look at it, we started with the Ryzen 7000 launch in September, and many of you joined us there. Next week, we're gonna bring Zen 4 to high-end server processors, and then soon after that to notebook PCs. And we also have our Zen 4 C core optimized for cloud-native computing, and our next-gen XDNA architecture that are gonna launch in 2023. But of course, today,
they just got started.
Gaming, and we're here to talk about our next generation gaming architecture with RDNA3.
Whoop whoop.
So now just a minute about gaming, right? We all love gaming. Gaming is really in AMD's DNA. And when you look through 2000,
can you lower your processor prices then?
We're expecting 3.5 billion gamers in the world. And our goal is really to push the limits of gaming innovation to really provide the best solutions across the board together with all of our gaming partners. So whether you're talking about developers creating new games and experiences, or you're
All
talking
right, come
about
on,
the
get on with
companies
this.
that are serving the content, or you're playing your games on your devices, or you're a streamer that are really trying to stream those experiences to other gamers, our mission
Uh-oh.
is to bring you the best experience possible for all of your gaming platforms.
So better encoder
Now,
for streaming?
Ryzen processors
Maybe?
and Radeon graphics are really
Question
at the
mark?
heart of all of the world's most popular gaming devices, including the top gaming PC OEM systems, cloud gaming services, Sony PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Valve Steam Deck. We're also bringing gaming to automotive with the newest generation of Teslas. And of course, for all of the
Another
folks out
reason to get a
there who
Tesla.
are building your own PCs, we love the DIY market for all of the PCs that you build. Now, when you think about that, why is
That
this
is a
so
huge ring
important
she
to
has,
you?
Coalition Gaming.
It's really all about pushing the envelope on innovation. Just
Oh,
over a month
PC Bros
ago,
in the
we
house. What's
launched
up, guys?
Our next generation desktop PC processor, the Ryzen 7000 series, which was really the most advanced processors for gamers and creators. And the response has been really incredible. We have leadership performance per watt, we have phenomenal gaming and creative performance, and it's all enabled by our new Zen 4 core in 5 nanometer. Now, with Ryzen 7000, we also launched our next generation AM5 desktop platform, which has all of the latest I/O, and we're committing to delivering socket longevity on that through 2025 and beyond for lots of future upgrades.
We know.
And we also know that people love AM4, and AM4 is going to continue for a long, long time. And for there, Ryzen 7 5800X3D is also a fantastic choice for gamers.
We know about your
Now,
processors.
today,
Can we hear
it's all
about the
about the
GPUs,
next
please?
generation of Radeon graphics. And
Thank
how
you.
we deliver the future of gaming with the world's most advanced graphics architecture.
I don't have any
RDNA3.
popcorn. Dang it,
So let
PC
me
Bros.
start
You were
with
supposed to
a
bring the
little bit
popcorn.
about RDNA3. We really set truly ambitious goals for RDNA3. And as you know, at the forefront for what we're doing is it's all about power.
There we go. Jonathan's got the popcorn.
And we want to make sure that we continue to innovate around performance per watt leadership to enable all of the gamer upgrades to be done with fantastic performance, but at a reasonable power. And we also
Opposite of
want to
NVIDIA.
significantly raise the bar in performance to support the next generation of 4K gaming and beyond, and really recognize that there are a lot of faster and higher resolution displays. And then finally, we also look at it as not just about the chip and not just about the card, but really what is the gaming experience we can bring. And that means new AMD software features, that means platform technologies, and really end-to-end solutions with our CPUs and GPUs and software coming together. So there's a lot of innovation in RDNA3, and we'll tell you all about it today.
Good. 6
Now,
minutes
there's a
in.
lot
Can we hear about the
said
GPUs?
About our new chiplet design. So let me start with our chiplet design. This is
Get my face off screen for a while.
chiplet gaming GPU. Now, why did we use chiplets? Chiplets really allow us to use a modular approach to optimize the performance and efficiency of the overall design. And so with our chiplets, like we've done on the CPU side, on the GPU side, we're mixing and matching the right technology for each function. Now, the graphics compute die is a high-performance 5 nanometer technology design, and it contains all of the high-performance compute in the GPU. That includes the shaders, the display engine.
Oh, I turned it off. I hate closed captions.
Well. And then the other die is a memory cache die, and it's built in
We need closed caption, guys.
technology, and
Here.
includes the memory subsystem that features the GDDR6 controllers, as well as up to 96 megabytes of infinity cache. And as a result, we have just an incredible capability with more than 61 teraflops of compute.
I wish that number meant something.
61 teraflops of compute?
Yeah, how am I going to get 500 FPS in Minecraft if I don't have 61
we also have
teraflops?
the world's fastest chiplet interconnect to enable 5.3 terabytes per second of peak bandwidth. And that allows us to unlock the full potential of 24 gigabytes of GDDR6.
Holy cow.
Altogether, when you put that together, we have 58 billion transistors in this design, which gives us just an incredible amount of gaming performance.
That sounds like a lot of transistors.
It sounds like there's a few excited people out there. Okay, so now let me show you for the very first time our newest chiplet gaming GPU.
Can we see the card? Come on. Is it just me? Am I being harsh?
This may be my favorite part of my job, I think. All right, so look, as I said earlier, we set very ambitious goals for RDNA3, especially around energy efficiency. And I'm pleased to say that we actually exceeded our goals. So our engineers did a fantastic job, and we made great improvements between RDNA1 and RDNA2. And with RDNA3, we actually achieved a 54%
Right, Jonathan?
gen over gen improvement in performance per watt. And when you put all of that together into what really matters, we're about building the best products for you. So today, I'm incredibly proud that we're going to announce our first two RDNA3 graphics cards. The Radeon RX.
There we go.
The Radeon RX 7900 XTX with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 and the 7900 XT with 20 gigabytes. So you can imagine these are just incredible gaming cards. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sam, Scott, and Frank that are going to take you through all of the exciting product details. Sam?
There we go. 24 gigs for the XTX and 20 gigs for the XT. Though I think the 7900 XT is going to be mixed up a lot with the 7900 just processor.
As she said, with RDNA3, our vision was to engineer the most advanced 4K and 8K gaming platform for gamers and creators, containing the features, performance, and efficiency to provide the best gaming experience.
All right, guys, really? Are we 8K gamers in chat?
We have brought unprecedented innovation to all aspects of the design. Now, it's my privilege to hit on a few of those highlights for you this morning. The first and most evident innovation is that we have leveraged our industry-leading expertise in chiplets, honed on our Ryzen and EPYC lines, to bring chiplet architecture to GPUs. The magic of chiplet design is being able to use the right technology for the right job. So we created two very different chiplets connected with high bandwidth interconnects specific to graphics. With the graphics compute die, we spin that precious 5 nanometer silicon where it matters.
All right, chat.
GPU engine.
Let me know who is 8K gaming their Minecraft. I need to know.
And performance per watt. For that small memory cache die, we use the mature 6 nanometer technology to implement the GDDR6 memory interfaces and our second generation Infinity Cache. These diminutive but powerful MCDs feature a second generation Infinity Cache, each connected to 64 bits of high-speed GDDR6 memory, combined up to a width of 384 bits. We've tuned this Infinity Cache to enable better data reuse with less capacity to accomplish several things for us. With the high hit rates, it directly sources most of the memory requests, and this delivers data to the engine in less
ultra-wide doesn't matter than that guy.
And uses less power than going out to DRAM. With our high bandwidth Infinity Fabric chiplet interconnect, we've increased the peak bandwidth from our RDNA2 implementation by...
I think Linus Tech Tip's the only people that are gaming at 8K.
And that's where that 5.3 terabytes per second number you just heard comes from. These support...
He probably has the Hummer bike, Chris, Coalition Gaming.
So now I want to take you a little bit deeper, click down into that graphics compute die, which is built around our new RDNA3 compute units, where we've continued with our area-efficient unified architecture that shares resources between rendering, AI, and ray tracing to make most effective use of each transistor. In addition, contained within this GCD is a key part of delivering a great gaming experience, driving the latest displays with massive refresh rates for high-resolution gaming. All of the latest media formats are in there with our media and display engines.
PC Tech Hustle, this guy has the charisma of a rock. Not the rock, a rock.
Optimized for high-resolution gaming. The key word here is unified, which means we have...
Anyone have any tomatoes we could throw?
To deliver the most power and area-efficient performance.
Here, I'm off the screen now.
Provide the right blend of flexible, highly efficient stream processing, additional...
Yeah, it's all YouTubers here right now.
And greatly enhanced...
Or at least the ones chatting.
All of this is fed by a general purpose register file with 50% more capacity than the RDNA2 design, which boosts the performance of all the functions.
How come 50% was 100% of his height?
We've leveraged 5 nanometer to the fullest to pack 54% more transistors in less area, increasing our density by 165%. Well, as every chip designer knows,
And how'd apple. Yeah.
it's a lot of transistors.
I think they're clapping because they thought he was going to leave the stage.
Smaller is faster and more power efficient. And so this enables RDNA3 to deliver even a better gaming experience. Now, looking at the stream processors, we took a huge step in RDNA3 by going to dual issue Wave32 units. This enables us to better utilize the data paths by issuing 2 different instructions down each 32-lane SIMD, or we can use them in parallel like we did in RDNA2. We can issue different integer or floating point operations down each SIMD data path, mixing and matching based on the workload.
I feel somewhere in some dark room under AMD headquarters, there's just a group of engineers losing their minds right now. Just like completely nerding out.
It handles now 2 times more instructions per clock. So we have also greatly enhanced the RDNA AI acceleration. And AI, of course, enables a host of capabilities that are growing in importance to the gaming community. And we've increased the AI throughput for commonly used math functions, which, while integrating these tightly within our unified compute unit. These share the same register files, caches, and instruction scheduling as the stream processors.
I bet you this guy reads instruction manuals for fun.
Up to a 2.7x increase in AI performance in the most area and power efficient way possible, setting RDNA3 up to exploit the current and future uses of AI. The final enhancement to mention to our compute unit is the ray tracing acceleration, which is built on new instructions in the shader and support for DXR ray flags and many improvements for ray box sorting and traversal.
All right, so what's the ray tracing improvement?
The ability to enable more rays in flight with that 50% larger general purpose register file that I mentioned before, combined with larger L0 and L1 caches to back it up. These improvements provide compelling gains for ray trace gaming content with up to 50% more performance per compute unit. Next, I want to introduce you to our Radiance display engine, featuring the industry's first DisplayPort 2.1 in a high-performance gaming graphics card. This DisplayPort enables 480 hertz refresh rates at 4K resolution and up to 165 at 8K. And the 12 color bits per channel enables an incredible 68 billion colors for amazingly realistic images and graphics. And with the display link bandwidth of up now to 54 gigabits per second, we have doubled that bandwidth per port over RDNA2. And this supports the unprecedentedly high refresh rates at the
So DisplayPort 2.1.
And support of the latest media.
So 8K gaming's now a thing, guys.
Dual media engine, and it supports 2 simultaneous encode or decode streams up to 8K 60 or AVC and HEVC. It supports AV1 encode and decode while also leveraging AI enhancements to improve video encoding and conference quality. And by greatly increasing the frequency inside the media engine, we delivered up to 1.8x the performance versus RDNA2, reducing export times almost in half.
So AV1 encoding, decoding up to 8K 60. So that should be pretty solid if it's even close to what NVENC puts out.
More limited by the front-end work distribution and command processing than by our high-performance shader engines. So we recognized that we could utilize higher frequencies in a smarter, more power-efficient way by using our new to RDNA3 decoupled shader engine frequencies to run only the front end at a typical 2.5 gigahertz, while the shaders operate at a more efficient 2.3 gigahertz, which is still 15% higher than RDNA2 at launch. With this sort of advanced power management...
Yeah, Chris, I didn't even know Twitch didn't do AV1 encoding.
While also saving up to 25% power. This contributes to our remarkable 54...
Makes sense, though. I mean, they don't even allow over, what, 6,000 bits per second?
With the higher frequency and the new dual-issue RDNA3 compute units, we enable a 2.7x leap in raw compute power. You heard it from Lisa, a remarkable 61.6 teraflops of performance.
I like how they're hyping teraflops like it's a standard measure of
we
how something performs.
On our vision by inventing the world's first chiplet-based gaming GPU, enabling the optimal use of 5-nanometer technology, delivering 15% higher frequencies at 54% better power efficiency. Our advanced chiplet interconnect provides an amazing 2.7x leap in peak bandwidth.
Oh, 8,000? Yeah.
60-plus teraflop engine. The new unified RDNA3 compute units have twice the instructions per clock, enabling them to fully utilize our data paths and provide incredibly high performance.
So who's going to go get a 7900 XTX so they can do a 4K stream to Twitch or to YouTube, whichever platform?
We connect this rendering horsepower.
I mean, YouTube. YouTube, please don't cancel me. Actually, it's fine. I don't get any views anyway. Not going to matter.
The encode and decode for all the latest media standards. The result is what we set out to achieve, the most advanced GPU optimized for gamers and creators. Now,
Jonathan, the DisplayPort 2.1 should actually handle a higher refresh rate than HDMI 2.1. Oh, this guy should be fun. He's wearing a jersey.
What's up, gamers? How is everybody?
That and him have hair. We're funner with no hair.
Oh, we've been working on this for 3 years, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of hours in our engineering group. And I'm sure they're tuning in today, but I can't be more proud of what they've been able to create for you and to create for us, and it's going to be a great time. So now, I know what you want to see: performance, price, and availability. Is that right? Do you want to see
If you don't mind.
Sounds good, but you're going to have to stay for a little bit to get availability and price, but I'll show you performance. I'll show you some performance. So today,
all right,
4K
at least we'll get something.
Standard where enthusiast GPUs are measured. According to IDC, in the last 5 years, there is 3 times increase in shipments of 4K monitors. And the Radeon RX 7900 XTX is going to be the perfect card to power your game.
4x increase in so now they're probably shipping as much as 1080p.
Is up to 1.7 times faster than our previous generation flagship GPU.
You know CSGO is going to be on here.
We are seeing up to 1.6 times more performance in native 4K. What do you think?
Wow.
Now that you've seen the performance, allow me to introduce the Radeon RX 7900 XTX.
If it's another die, I swear to God. Oh, he's got an actual card.
Take a good look. We've spent a lot of time optimizing this card, but more importantly, making sure that you're going to be
Guys, can we get some better lights on that card?
Absolutely fantastic. This game
looks good.
Is built to provide exciting performance in 4K resolution and beyond. RDNA3 based GPUs are like no other. It features 96 unified RDNA3 compute units running at 2.3 gigahertz game clock, and it comes with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 with 384 bits.
Jeez.
This card is future-ready with AV1 encode and decode for streaming and video export, and it has the latest DisplayPort 2.1 technology for up to 4K 480 frames per second or 8K 165 frames per second gaming capabilities. All, ladies and gentlemen, with a board power of just 355 watts.
Yeah, look at that. 355 watts. The 4090 is 450 watts.
We're also announcing the Radeon RX 7900 XT, a massive leap in performance over the last generation. It features 84 unified compute units running at a game clock of 2 gigahertz and comes with 20 gigabytes of 320-bit GDDR6 memory with the same support for AV1 and DisplayPort 2.1. The 7900 series gaming cards are industry leaders in performance per watt. There is no need to rebuild your desktop, no need to upgrade your case, and there's no
Oh, that was a shot at NVIDIA. Haha. My man taking shots at him.
We made it as easy as pulling out your old card and putting in a new one.
Yeah. It's also only 2.5 slots too, not 3 or 4 slots.
Those recently launched by our competitor only support DisplayPort 1.4. Gamers who purchase these graphics cards will see limited frame rates. But with the RX 7900 series of GPUs, it'll allow you to actually see the frames you are paying for when you upgrade to a DisplayPort 2.1 monitor.
Yeah.
If you are
500
paying
FPS
that much money
Minecraft.
for a brand new gaming card, you should demand a GPU that will allow you to game into the future.
I think they're only
Or the
GDDR6
7900
PC
series
Tech
can do
Hustle.
that. And starting in early 2023, an incredible new generation of displays at a range of resolutions from
Exactly,
leading display
Chris.
vendors will start rolling out to gamers.
Make power adapter joke.
Including this sneak peek from our friends at Samsung.
Pause
with
for
their
everyone to
brand new
clap.
Odyssey Neo G9. Expected to be the first DisplayPort 2.1 8K, I'll say that again, 8K,
Jeez.
ultra widescreen gaming monitor ever. What do you think?
8K with ray tracing.
More details
Minecraft.
on the
Let's do
design
it.
specs will be unveiled soon at CES in January of 2023. And to power high refresh rate gaming displays both today and your future upgrades, we've developed a suite of powerful software enhancements, which includes technologies such as Fidelity FX, Super Resolution, and Smart Access Memory. Combined with our new unified RDNA3 compute units, the Radeon RX 7900 series delivers the next generation of high refresh rate gaming. AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, or FSR, technology works on all modern GPUs to provide high fidelity visuals and incredible frame rates.
Somebody needs to get this guy a glass of water.
16 months, FSR will be available in 216 games, proving just how compelling open technologies are for the entire industry. Our latest
Another
update,
dig at NVIDIA.
2.2 reduces super resolution temporal ghosting, not only the artifacts on fast-moving objects, and it'll also be available in Forza Horizon 5 soon. Now, 1440p gaming displays with high refresh rates continue to be one of
Apex.
the fastest growing choices for gamers. With the 7900 XTX and Apex Legends, you will be able to reach the game's hard frame rate cap of 300 frames per second.
Nice.
And in other popular titles,
That's all I care about. Thanks for coming, everyone.
and
No,
in other
just
popular
kidding.
titles, the 7900 XTX can push your games to its limit.
Valorant.
Games like Overwatch 2.
They actually
and
put Valorant on
are
there.
Great examples of why DisplayPort 2.1 is so important. Now there's finally a gaming card to drive 300 to 800 frames per second gaming on ultra high refresh rate displays.
Yeah,
Now at 4K, the 7900 XTX is the card to get.
exactly. You
By
can just
turning on
upgrade
max
your
settings in AAA games and using
just
FSR
upgrade your graphics
upscaling,
card.
you can hit triple-digit performance. It even makes playing competitive esports titles at 4K a real possibility. Hundreds of frames in your games at 4K resolution.
I mean, 4K 295
Now,
FPS
I'm
and
not
Apex
saying you
Legends,
can
like, let's go,
afford it,
man.
but you
That's
could
awesome.
play
I mean,
games
not
with
that I could
RX
afford that
700
card, but
XTX that
if
go
I could,
beyond today's
I would do it.
8K 60 hertz limits. In Dawn of Ragnarok,
Yeah.
the latest expansion
1.1
to Ubisoft's
billion
acclaimed
FPS.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, with FSR paired with the 7900 XTX, you'll be able to get 96 frames per second at a crisp 8K resolution.
Did y'all hear the guy in the back?
Truly
Oh my
incredible to see and
god!
experience.
You know that guy works for AMD.
The RX 7900 series can power the next generation of displays like 8K ultra-wide or high refresh rate 8K displays above 60 hertz. Next
Jeez.
generation RDNA3 compute units, new levels of memory bandwidth combined with the latest upscaling technologies deliver the performance to power these incredible experiences.
This is how
A lot
GPU
of gamers are
a
excited
GPU
about
launch
features
event
like
should
ray
go.
tracing.
Slamming your competitor about what they
Today,
can't do,
I'm excited
highlighting
to
what you're
announce
doing,
that
not
we're
talking about
expecting ray
AI
tracing
for an hour and a
on
half
one
that
of the
nobody
most
cares
popular
about.
franchises in the world, Halo Infinite by 343 Industries. Halo Infinite will now support ray trace shadows across arena and big team battle modes, and players with AMD hardware will notice improved lighting, sharper shadows, and increased performance on RX 7000 series platforms with ray tracing acceleration. DXR will be available in Season 3, so look for it in your graphics settings soon.
I always feel bad
The
when they show
RDNA3
these ray tracing
architecture,
screens and
real-time
I
ray
can't
tracing
really tell the
performance
difference
has
in them.
greatly
So,
improved generation over
whoops.
generation. In Dying Light 2, with ray tracing features turned to the max, the 7900 XTX delivers performance above 60 frames per second with FSR at 4K. Cyberpunk and Hitman 3 also have significant performance uplifts, giving you the performance you need to stay immersed in your game. But today we're also announcing a technical partnership with the Callisto Protocol coming in December. This third-person survivor horror game, developed by Striking Distance Studios, features incredible lighting and shadow effects, along with movie-quality textures and animations to set the eerie mood in this sci-fi experience.
It looks like a movie, not a video game.
Ray tracing is used to full effect here, with shadows, translucency, and glossy refractions coming together to capture the most subtle details that create giant leaps in realism. At 4K and higher resolution, the Radeon RX 7900 series is optimized to deliver incredible frame rates to power this experience. Now next, we are also announcing a technical partnership with Luminous Productions and their action RPG, Forspoken, launching in January. Luminous Productions has created some truly breathtaking visuals in a fully realized fantasy world, powered by hybrid ray tracing for realistic lighting and shadows on the characters and environments. Forspoken looks and runs incredibly fast thanks to its implementation of Fidelity FX features, including FSR, variable rate shading, ambient occlusion, and downsampler, all optimized for Radeon.
Oh, that's cool.
We work closely with game studios to optimize for the next generation of games. At Ubisoft, Snowdrop has been in development for over a decade and is one of its most important gaming engines. This is the same engine utilized across a variety of PC and multi-platform titles, from Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope to Tom Clancy's Division 2. By the way, one of my personal favorites, Long Live the Bullet King. If you play the game, you'll know. Today,
I don't know.
Our partnership
Somebody
with
let me know what that was.
engine. This tech demo is beautifully rendered with global illumination, blur reflections, and shadows, in addition to other effects that the Snowdrop engine uses, such as volumetric weather effects and micro detail rendering. We've worked with Ubisoft to add a highly optimized AMD ray tracing implementation that
Good, Danny. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Processing than DXR alone can provide. With high performance ray tracing enabled on a 7900 XTX, we are getting frame rates above 80 frames per second at 4K with FSR2. We're excited to see this
on a game that hasn't released
come to life in major upcoming titles, including Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Splinter Cell, and Ubisoft's Star Wars project.
Oh, Division. Okay.
Right? Let's go. Indeed.
Yeah.
With the announcement of Unreal Engine 5, a lot of gamers, including myself, are excited to see what new games and experiences will be created in this popular engine. UE5 is optimized to take full advantage of our unified RDNA3 compute units with excellent ray tracing and rasterization performance. In this UE5 sample, optimized for Radeon, we're able to hit an average of 60 frames per second at 4K with FSR2 enabled. Even with resounding success of FSR2, we won't stop there. I'm excited to show
a lot of
you
this
a preview
4K
of
stuff with
brand new
FSR, I wonder what it does
FX
if it
super
doesn't have
resolution
FSR.
technology, appropriately named FSR3.
Yeah, let's go. I'm over 40 and yelled, let's go. Can I be with the cool kids now?
Resolution technology and our new AMD Fluid Motion Frames technology to deliver more frames per second in your games. Fluid Motion Frames increases FPS when using...
He does seem like the kind of guy you get a couple beers in him.
FSR3 will provide
He's going to revert back to the 1997 Modern Warfare lobbies. Yeah.
A significant boost across your supported games and will be coming to PC gamers in 2023. To give an idea on what's possible with our brand new generation of gaming cards, I'd like to show you what Sava and his small team of artists were able to create using a standard animation pipeline to build their dark sci-fi fantasy film, Beckoning, an Unreal Engine in just 4 months. Let's hear from Sava.
Yeah.
I wrote and directed Beckoning.
100% he's an esports coach.
How Unreal Engine 5 and AMD are empowering small teams to create cinema-class animated films. In Unreal Engine 5, Lumen and Nanite shine with the Radeon RX 7900 XTX, allowing us to walk around completely lit environments and characters and to explore the shots. This significantly speeds up the production and enables us to make creative decisions at the speed of thought. You can change the lighting, character or environment placement, or entirely change the camera angle if you so desire. This amount of speed and flexibility is unprecedented in traditional animation pipelines, and is one of the main reasons why I personally believe producing feature-length animation with smaller teams is now a reality. And when it comes to high fidelity output, the FSR Movie Render Cube plugin upscales the final frame rendering to 4K.
All right, everybody, we're going to start a
Each
GoFundMe so I can get an
generation
8K
has
monitor
never
so I
been
can
as
test this stuff
fast
out.
and as fun.
Just for you guys, of course. I'll let you know how it is
By the
gaming
way,
on it.
in reviewing that video, it sure does make it look easy to create a new movie, doesn't it? But it does. I don't think it is. The Radeon RX 7900 series are the most advanced gaming GPUs. First of all, they are easy to upgrade into your existing gaming rig. They feature industry-leading
turn the knife
GPU
for
support
NVIDIA there.
displays. They will deliver ultra-high frame rates in both native and upscale games, and of course comes with up to 24 gigabytes of memory to drive the next generation of games and advanced workloads. All of our innovations enable the 7900 XTX to deliver an incredible leap in performance of up to 1.7 times faster 4K gaming. Now, let me invite
Faster
Frank
than
to
what?
the stage to show you how the Radeon RX 7900 series powers the next generation of gaming and streaming experiences. Frank?
All right. So far, soccer jersey, or I'm sorry, football jersey is my my favorite presenter here.
Wow. I am incredibly excited to be here with you guys today. It's just been so long since we've been able to all be together and to do this the way it deserves to be done, right? In person and just with all these incredible games and visuals behind us. What do you guys think about the new graphics cards? Awesome, right?
Let's get it hyped. Ha 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 ha.
Don't worry, Scott's gonna come back and tell you when you're gonna be able to get them and what they're
Hey
gonna be
Nathan, welcome.
priced at, okay? I
Appreciate you
promise.
hanging out, man.
But they're incredible graphics cards. But
Especially
what's
since you just
more
bought a
incredible
3060.
is that at AMD, you get more than just a
Hey
great
Joker, how's it going?
graphics card. We're committed to building the absolute best gaming, creating, and streaming experiences. I'm going to share with you today a little bit about some of our latest developments of how we're pulling it all together to bring you the next generation of PCs. Great hardware, as you've seen today, deserves great software. And AMD Adrenalin is your software interface for harnessing the full potential of your AMD-powered system. We're committed to bringing you an Adrenalin software that you can depend on and that offers you state-of-the-art features and next-level gaming experiences, as well as streaming and for creating. If you're not already familiar with AMD Adrenalin, let me catch you up real quickly to what you've been missing. Adrenalin is your hub for just about everything.
This guy's going into the first guy territory. We might have to get him off stage too.
Across all the games on your system, all from one home screen. You can customize your Radeon settings for each game, as well as record and stream those games right from within the UI. You can even turn your system into its own personal game server and connect your smartphone, tablet, or another Windows PC to play your games remotely from anywhere. And of course, you can take full control over your AMD graphics card and your Ryzen CPU and tune them for maximum performance and efficiency. Adrenalin, it's simply awesome. But there's probably two things that I love most about Adrenalin. First,
Is it me or does it feel like
the
these
fact
guys
that
are using
all of these
handheld
features are
cameras and
within
it's like
one unified
bouncing?
UI. And second, it's a completely unlocked experience, meaning we don't force you to create an account. You're not going to be monitored by us. You're not going to be tracked. You can just access all these features. You can customize your system to your content and just play the games you love, because that's what you deserve.
I appreciate that, Nathan. Really do.
Let me talk to you about some of the upcoming features you can expect from the next version of Adrenalin. Existing features like Radeon Super Resolution, Radeon Boost, and Anti-Lag are huge performance amplifiers for your gaming experience. But let's be honest, most of us don't want to have to learn about each new feature, how it works, which games it works on, which features work best with one another. When we finally get some time to sit down and game, it's just too much complexity to deal with. I just want to get in the game and I want to play. So
Yeah, Nathan, I just have Amazon right now.
To simplify all this, we're introducing Hyper RX mode. With Hyper RX, we've redeveloped these performance boosting technologies to all work together and at the same time, compounding their benefits and giving you a one-click experience to improve frame rate and latency. In the game Dying Light 2, just to give you an example, in the game Dying Light 2, we're seeing performance improvements with Hyper RX up to 85% with 1/3 of the latency. It's incredible. So
Yeah, but you
look
can't use
forward to
any of it
Hyper-RX
yet.
coming out early next year, and you can experience it yourself. All right, so let's talk about what are we doing to help improve your recording and your streaming experience. OBS, as many of you know, is the leading video recording and live streaming platform out there, and it's used by some of the world's most successful and popular streamers. Well, we've partnered with OBS to improve video streaming quality across all bit rates on Radeon
Thank freaking God.
7000 and 7000 series graphics cards. Additionally, with the new AMD RDNA3 media engine, we've added AV1 hardware encoding, improving quality and transforming live streaming. In this example, we're looking at a recorded image of Halo, captured with OBS on the Radeon 7900 XTX graphics card. Both images were captured at the same 3.5 megabit per second bitrate. As you can see behind me, the quality of the stream and the text within it is visibly pixelated.
See, this is
The
what
addition of our
can
AV1
really hurt
algorithms,
NVIDIA.
updated pre-analysis and pre-filtering algorithms, plus our OBS optimizations, the playback quality substantially improves, providing a clear, sharp, and a smooth viewing experience. Additionally, with Xilinx AI and content adaptive machine learning technology, we've integrated that into the AMD
Here's a
framework,
Blair Witch camera
and
again.
it's been trained to learn, predict, and target small text and menus, making them legible again, especially when streaming at low bit rates and resolutions up to 1080p. The new AMD RDNA3 media engine reaches beyond streaming, though. With our dedicated AV1 hardware processing, video encoding is up to 7 times faster than software, even at ultra-high resolutions like 8K.
Oh, wow.
Support for the RDNA3 media engine will be available across applications like Adobe Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, Handbrake, and in upcoming releases of OBS. And then for video creators, any video creators in the audience? Anybody create video?
I don't know. I've maybe
You're gonna
done
love
one or
this.
two
So,
videos before.
We're introducing something we call Smart Access Video. Smart Access Video works with select applications when you pair the Ryzen 7000 series with the new Radeon 7000 series. And unlike other platforms that can really only make use of either your CPU or your GPU's video compression engines, Smart Access Video distributes the encoding and decoding workloads across both your Ryzen
Oh, that's
CPU
cool.
and your Radeon graphics card's video compression engines, enabling faster 4K and 8K editing. And when it comes to batch transcoding, Smart Access Video reduces parallel transcoding times by nearly 1/3. Smart Access Video will be available across applications like OBS, Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, and more starting in December.
All right, it's time for all the streamers
So
and
next,
video creators now. 7950X and the new 7900 XTX.
let me share with you how we're bringing all these technologies and all this greatness
I don't think they're going to
together
beat
to our
NVENC, but
advantage.
even if they're close to
So
them
what
because
we
of how
wanted
much
to do
lower they are at a
is
price point, I
laptops
think
raise the
that's
bar
just
for
enough to
providing
compete with
a
NVIDIA.
great portable gaming experience. And Advantage laptops have been carefully designed and developed with our partners to ensure that their premium experiences are felt throughout. Multiple models of these laptops are available in market right now from your favorite OEM and SI partners. And look, nothing compares to building your own desktop if you can, all right? But for those of us that maybe don't have the time, the experience, or the will to do so right now, we've applied the great AMD Advantage design framework that we applied to laptops originally, and we're bringing that to desktops now. We've partnered with several leading system integrators to bring you these turnkey solutions so that whether you're gaming, you're streaming, or creating,
PCBros.tech for all
Advantage
your
desktops
pre-built
will
PC
be
needs.
designed and developed with our partners to be the best desktops you'll find in the market. All the incredible performance you saw here today from the 7900 XTX, well, that's what you can expect with
PC Bros are
Advantage.
still hanging out. I'll send you an invoice for that.
Starts by pairing our Ryzen 9 processor and our Radeon XTX graphics card. Then we amplify that performance with our smart technologies, including Smart Access Memory and Smart Access Video, as well as the full feature set of Adrenalin software, including Radeon Super Resolution, AMD Noise Suppression, HyperRX, and more. But Advantage goes even further than that by ensuring every component, from the motherboard to the NVMe drives to the memory, the power supply, all the rest, they all work seamlessly together, and they're all tuned for maximum performance with every design and quality metric followed. Next, we focus on each system delivering its full graphics potential. We know that peak visual quality and performance are incredibly
Yeah,
important.
Nathan, don't limit yourself to
So
one brand
advanced
or the
desktops
other.
have been firmly designed,
Software-wise, and
reliably
especially
powered,
for gaming,
and rigorously tested to
go with the
ensure
best
they
value.
deliver
You
on the
don't
highest
have to worry about
resolution and refresh
drivers
rate
and stuff like people said before.
on the 7900 XTX.
This is not as big of
They're
an issue
also
as people make it
together
out to be.
when you pair them with one of the over 2,500 AMD FreeSync monitors available, allowing you to experience the most demanding games at their smoothest and highest settings. And of course, each Advantage desktop is built to game with a full configuration of premium components, all tuned and tested reliably to give you maximum performance every single time. We're really excited to be working with all of these partners on bringing you the first generation of Advantage desktops. It's been awesome to be here with you guys today. This is a historic moment. Thank you so much for your time. Let me welcome Scott back on the stage.
Hey, AMD, if you could send me one of those pre-builts with the 7900 XTX and the 7950X, I'll test it out for you. Just throwing it out there, you know.
Thank you, Frank. Okay, are you ready? All right, what an incredible day of announcements that will transform the future of graphics in games. The AMD Radeon 7900 series, built for extreme performance to drive 4K and 8K high refresh rate gaming monitors, powered by the world's most advanced gaming graphics architecture, RDNA3. Here we go. Starting December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XTX for $900.
They're gonna miss Black Friday. $999 for the XTX and $899 for the XT. That's wow.
Also on December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XT for $899. $999 and $899. The world's most advanced gaming GPUs powering your gaming rig for years to come. That's the end of our show. Thank you for joining us today, and we can't wait to get these gaming cards in your hands in December. Have a great rest of your day.
Holy cow. All right, there we go. So the 7900 XTX for $999 and the 7900 XT for $899, and way cheaper than the 4090 and 4080. I think was the 4080 is $1199 and the 4090 is $1599. The one thing that kind of sucks though is, one, there's no lower end options, which we kind of knew this was just the announcement for the two at the top end. But the other part of that is they're going to miss the Black Friday sales and all that good stuff, which we kind of figured. But yeah, those are great prices for those cards. I wish they would have had some benchmarks of those versus the 4090 and the 4080, but you know, I'm sure all the big channels are going to have that coming up soon. So that would be pretty awesome to see how they actually go. And then also just some resolutions at 1440p. For some reason, NVIDIA and AMD seem to think that everyone's gaming at 4K, and from like my friend group and other people I talk to, it, you know, no one's really gaming at 4K because of the performance hits on everything. So, yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see those two head to head. But I mean, just looking at it right now, it should be close. Just looking at the actual performance numbers they gave us, you would think it's going to be close. Even if you're close, if you're $600 cheaper than the 4090, why would you not, you know, pick up that card, I guess? So yeah, those are definitely AMD's one on pricing there. So better than the 4000. Yeah. I can't remember big cards. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is these cards, they're not going to need near as much power as the NVIDIA cards. So that's really cool to see. The power adapter thing, it was a good dig at NVIDIA, but let's be honest, you know, it is what it is. They actually have cables for power supplies now, so that you don't have to use the adapter. And I'm sure the fire hazard is going to get fixed at some point. But yeah, I mean, better power, better pricing for sure. The 7900 is going to have 20 gigs of RAM instead of the 16 gigs for the 4080. Yeah, I mean, that's a win on AMD side. Now, of course, we need to see how they actually perform, because I think everything they showed today was actually with FSR turned on. So I would like to see what the performance is without FSR and without DLSS on the other side, and just how the cards stack up to each other. Because that's going to be really interesting, because they're priced so much more aggressively than NVIDIA is right now, to see what that does. Not to mention the FSR should work across the entire stack, and DLSS 3 is only working with the newer 40 series cards that have come out so far. So yeah, I think this announcement way better than NVIDIA's announcement was, for sure. So we'll have to see what actually happens. But AMD, they talk a big game. They made a good announcement, so we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, pretty awesome announcement here. What do you guys think? Let's take a look at the chat here. Yeah, 1080 to 1440p. I would have loved to seen benchmarks there. At least they didn't put CS:GO on there. You know, they put Valorant instead at its 830 something frames per second. Like, I'm not sure who's gaming. It needs 830 frames per second, but okay, we'll take it, right? Yeah, 12600K and a 7900 XT. Well, so you need the NVIDIA or the AMD processor. That way you can turn on smart access memory and everything else. But yeah, even a 7900 XT with just a 12600K, even without smart access memory, that thing would be an absolute beast. So yeah, Jonathan, no lower end cards, which the announcement, everything I've seen was basically saying we're going to get the 2 top tier cards. I don't expect any cheaper or mid tier cards to come in until at least, next year after CES. So I'm thinking it's probably end of February, March before we see any more lower end cards, just because there's so much inventory right now that they're still trying to get rid of. But I think for AMD, they should release it sooner rather than later, because if they're lower end cards like what would it be, the 7800 and the 77, 7600, etc. If their lower end cards have that same encoding performance to where we can now do AV1 encoding and actually look good streaming without, or recording stuff like that. Because I'll be honest with you, with AMD cards, when you do the AV1 encoding, it takes a lot more tweaking of the settings to get a nice crisp image for videos than it does with just turning on NVENC. So that encoding, I'd love to see tests on how that actually performs now, because you could tell a big difference in just their presentation, and that's through the compression and everything else YouTube is doing. If they hit on that encoder, it's going to be game changing for how they're doing with NVIDIA right now. It's almost going to be like when Ryzen 2000 series came out and they started kicking Intel's butt on the processor side. So it'll be interesting to see, which, following AMD logic means we'll get one good release of graphics cards. Everyone will start going AMD over NVIDIA, and then they'll jack their prices up higher than NVIDIA so that nobody wants them anymore, which is kind of what they do with their processors and Intel. So yeah, lower end cards are always after the high end cards. So you can use Intel processors and AMD cards. It's not a problem, Nathan. But the smart access memory and the other, what do they call it? Smart access video. Those are only going to work with AMD processors and AMD graphics cards. So it's kind of a little bonus you get for using their ecosystem. But you can absolutely just run Intel processors with AMD cards. It works just fine. There's no issues there. So I know the more budget people involved. Yeah, absolutely. But also they want to sell out the most they can with the higher end stuff than the cheaper stuff. And it's been like that for forever now. So yeah, so smart access memory, it's basically what it does is it allows your processor to basically access all of the memory on your graphics card. And it's basically a resizable bar, I think is what it's called on the Intel side. So basically it just allows better performance between the two, and that's kind of what helps out in that regard. They're doing the same thing though with encoding, where they're going to allow the CPU and the graphics card, as long as it's a AMD CPU and the 7900 series graphics cards, they're going to be able to actually do encoding and decoding. They're going to be able to split the load across both of them now, instead of having to pick either CPU or GPU encoding. So that's really cool. I love to see more encoding options and stuff like that, because it's just somewhere that they've been beat up for so long because of NVENC and the revisions to NVENC. So it looks like they finally have been doing some work on it. Now, of course, we need some actual benchmarks to come out from, people like Coalition Gaming, or there's another smaller channel like Gamers Nexus or something like that. But these guys got to get in there and actually test out these cards and how they actually work with streaming. So I'll be looking forward to that as soon as Coalition Gaming refinances his house and takes out a second loan to get a XTX card to be able to, do the testing for the encoding and stuff for Twitch and YouTube streaming. So, but I'm waiting for it. So. Can we start a petition to get AMD to send Coalition Gaming a card so we can have some actual streaming testing done? So, but yeah. So Nathan, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. You just bought a 3060. I have a 3060. It's what this stream's running on. It's what I do all my gaming on. Everything else. That card is absolutely fine for gaming. If you want to go up to 8K or something, then yeah, go ahead. But to be honest with you, there's probably not going to be a need for you to upgrade for a long time. Like, you're going to see all the great frame rates and everything else. If you want to upgrade, absolutely do it, because I mean, it's your money, have fun with it. But yeah, you can, even though you're going with the 12600K now, you can absolutely throw a 7900, or if you want to go, wait for one of the lower end cards, etc., then you can absolutely throw one of those in there. It's probably going to run faster. Keep an eye on the benchmarks for it. If you go a 7600, if that's the card that they announced, versus a 3060, you might not see a great jump in performance. But if you want a 7800 or 7900, it's a completely different class of card, obviously. So RAM on Intel, you will be fine. So Intel right now is kind of in a funny place. 12th and 13th gen will actually work with DDR4 or DDR5. The AM5 platform, the new 7000 series CPUs, only accept DDR5. So since you went with DDR5, you can transfer it over if you wanted to completely change platforms. But yeah, it's just memory in general is interchangeable between Intel and AMD. It's just making sure it uses DDR4 or DDR5 or DDR3 if you're on older platforms. So it's more of a form factor issue than anything else. Yep. So, and if anyone from PC Bros is here, or if Toasty Bros, you guys see this, I'm fully expecting a 7900 XTX benchmark with an Intel 4790K. Just so we're clear on that. So, but yeah, so that's the announcement. I've got pulled pork I have to go actually shred now. It's resting and it's time. So I'm going to jump off here. I really appreciate everyone hanging out for this announcement for me. 100% didn't know how it was going to go. So I am thankful you guys showed up. Let me know on the Discord server. So all that's linked down below on the Discord server. If there's stuff you want covered more in depth, I am going to make a couple more videos out of this later. So we'll get some content going and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I've got to go pull some pork and start getting some stuff ready for dinner. And I'm going to get out. Oh, cool tool. Yeah, just so yeah, go ahead and just buy everything now. Just go ahead and pre-order it. And we'll do that. So but everyone, thanks for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If you guys got more questions, jump on the Discord server. Once I get some pulled pork going, get the sandwiches and all that good stuff, maybe we'll jump in Discord and we can talk about it some more. So once again, thanks everyone for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream.